Hello and welcome. This is Ruth, and today I have two different die sets to share with you, and they're actually both designed to work with each other, and as you can see they're a kind of Russian doll. So this is the bigger one, and then in this one you'll get two different sizes, and the three of them work together because you can fit both of these inside this one. Isn't that a really cool idea? I think this is going to be really lovely. And this one has 35 dies in, and this one, because it's making the two, has 54 dies. Well, obviously you can buy this die set on its own or this one on its own, but they are designed to work together. So we'll have a quick look at the dies and then we'll just start to make them. The concept then is the same with both of them, because we've got this sort of larger area here that gets all folded up, and then this is the face piece here and all the different pieces, and this is where you glue the base to, and loads of lovely decorative panels. So you could go ahead and paper piece this, or you could colour it with alcohol markers. You could do all sorts of things with it. And then, you know, I'm just remembering I didn't even say the name of the sets. So the big one is called the Beautiful Babushka Doll Die Set, and the smaller one is called the Beautiful MATRYOSHKA Die Set. I think that's how you say that anyway. Maybe that's why I didn't say it in the first place, but there it is. And there it is. Okay, now I have already gone ahead and die cut some bits and pieces, so you can see here the big part. Now this is the bigger doll, the Babushka one, and this is the main part here, and then you need to cut some of these pieces as well. So when you open the die set up and you see all your dies here, on both of them you'll be able to just turn them over, and it tells you here how many pieces of each you need to cut, and then it shows you how to assemble it. And look, there's only 5 different steps on there. I've already gone ahead and die cut all of these pieces. So I've got one of these, 6 of these, one of these, and one of these. And this all folds together and glue all the tabs together. But I think before you would do that, the best idea is to go ahead and decorate all of this first. So it's much easier to put these decorative panels on before you fold it. So we'll do that. And to do the face part that goes on here, this area here would be the face, and then this is the front of the doll. I've gone ahead then with this is the die that I used to cut that out with, and there's one that fits just inside that, and then there's this one as well. So I have used both of those together, and that has given me this shape. And you can see when I turn it over that I've actually coloured the lips in already there. I've done that with an alcohol marker, but you could just snip off a second one and in pink and glue it directly on top of that, but I've just gone with alcohol markers for that piece, and that will get glued on here. And then I am going to paper piece some pieces into this one, because I think it really would look beautiful paper pieced. However, I want to show you how you can do it with alcohol markers as well. So I've actually gone ahead and I have cut this same piece as well, and then I have cut this piece and glued it directly on, and then I've just lifted myself a bunch of alcohol markers. You can see them here, right there, and I coloured on top of that. So it's very messy looking because I've gone over the lines. Now I tried my best not to do that, but it doesn't matter at all, because that's going to get coloured in, covered over after I've done that. I didn't even need to cover the lips because that's obviously going to get this piece on top. But you can see how messy that looks there. And once you put this right on top and get it in the really directly on top of all those little lines there, and it just looks perfect. It covers up anything that you have sort of messed about with. And look how cool that looks, because you can have some shading and do all sorts of things there as well. And I think that's really beautiful. But for mine, I'm going to go ahead and paper piece, but I just thought you might like to see that as well. So don't worry if you do make a little bit of a mess with it. The second die cut covers that, and also you can use black on top of that, and you know, it doesn't have to be cream or whatever. I've used Ivory 300 GSM. Now obviously, before I go any further, I would like to say that if you would like to subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate that. I know loads of you are watching, and I can see that quite a few of the people watching are not actually subscribed, and I know you've all your own reasons for that, but if you would, it would really help my channel along. And if you enjoy it at the end, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and leave a little comment if you want to, and let me know what you think. And also my affiliate links to everything I've used will be down below in the description. So I get a wee bit of commission for that, but it doesn't actually cost you anything more. So I really appreciate everybody who takes the time to do that as well. Now, I'm just creasing all of these while I was chatting there, but I'm going to go ahead now and cut some pieces out. There are panels on all of these. I'll just show you here. I'll bring this die set over again. So we have got the outside edges for all of these, and then this one as well. This is kind of sticky. This is Tonic's older packaging, because this set has been around for a little while before it was released, so it hasn't got the new packaging. That's the reason. Anyway, you've got lots of pieces like this, plain areas, and there's an outside edge as well, which you can use with any of these patterns. And obviously if you're going to use, say, this pattern, you would use that one on all of them, but you can mix and match, and then this one is for here as well. But I was just looking at this and thinking, if you had really, really nice patterned paper, that would be beautiful as well. But I just think the kind of doll effect that's here just looks really, really lovely if you have the time to paper piece it. You don't even have to, if you watch while I'm doing this, I actually have no intention of filling in every little piece of this with different colours and whatnot, but I am going to cut a piece for in behind and then paper piece a couple of other pieces in on top of it. So I'll die cut some and I'll be right back. I'm going to use this piece that I had coloured the lips in on, but I don't want to paper piece every piece of that in behind, so I took the same die that I used for the outside of that, the one that I used together with this one, and I cut that out in some beautiful ocean blue card, and then I set the card in behind it. It was the full die cut at that stage, and I just ran around this line here with a pencil onto the ocean blue, and then I cut just below the line so that it would come in behind that. And now I'm just going to glue that directly on there, and I'm not worried at all that, you see just there where that little piece is, I'm going to put some paper piece on there, there and there, and in the top here and here and here, because I think that's a little headscarf, so I'm not too worried that I just continue that on round there. But I'll go ahead and glue that, and then when I've done that I can glue this directly onto the piece that goes below it, and then I can paper piece some other parts into it, so it's going to look like that. I'm just doing the little pieces to paper piece into the eyes there, so I've taken them out here from all the little bits and pieces that came out when I die cut that. I've got this in holding it by a pair of tweezers, and I'm just going to colour around there, and then the part that the tweezer's holding on to just stays the same colour, it doesn't get coloured at all, and then, can you just see it there? And then I can just pop that straight in there with a piece of glue. Little pink cheeks and dark brown hair here, and the eyebrows exactly the same, paper pieced in, and some honey gold satin effect card in these pieces, and I just dropped some glue in and then set the pieces in with my tweezers. And then I thought the eyes needed a little bit of definition, so I took a very fine marker. This is I think it's a 0.1 fine liner pen, and I drew some little eyelashes on there, top and bottom, just very, very fine, and that's her. So I'm going to go ahead now and cut out all the little pieces that I need to cover all of these. I've got all of that paper pieced, and I left quite a lot of clear pieces there because I just thought that was really nice and it matched really well with this. So all I'm going to do now is glue these tabs onto here and then follow that right around until I have all of this assembled, and then I'll put the little face piece onto the front. moved on to making the base. So I showed you all the pieces that I cut earlier, and I have burnished all these little score lines. Well, I folded them back anyhow, and then I took this little die and added it on to the pieces here. Now you don't actually need it here, you'll only need it on one side, so don't do as I do. In fact, I even went ahead on some of them. I got a wee bit carried away. I was in the zone and I was thinking about something else, and I actually cut this out and stuck it on a few of them as well. Hence I have had to go ahead and pull that off and then put it together again without showing you the whole thing going together. But anyway, that's how it happened. I probably could leave that on, but I'm just going to take it off and glue it onto here. But I want to show you what I've done. I've put the ocean blue on the back of here and here, and then I've put a cream or ivory panel over the top, as I've done there with both of these, and in that case with the two bigger ones. And then I just came back in again, and it was a little bit of die cutting, some extra stuff, but I put gold card in behind the little flower here and die cut that 6 times and took the pieces out and paper pieced them in there. And I did exactly the same with the bigger one there. And now I have joined all of these together. So the way they go is you glue this onto here like that, and this tab gets glued on here. So that's why I don't need this on here, and it's also why I don't need it on there, but I've gone ahead and done that. So those will get glued together. First of all, I'm going to take this off because it might actually look a little bit messy. Close your eyes if it does, pretend you don't see this, but I'd rather you saw that I can make mistakes too. And you might think there was enough die cutting already, and there is quite a lot in that, but that's just what happened. I was out earlier on and I just got a bit carried away. I was thinking about all that was going on and all the rest of it, and got into the zone, and away I went with the die cutting machine and stuck all of them down as well. So not only did I cut them, but I stuck them. So there we are. That's what I'm going to do there, and I'll spare you the agony of watching that happen again. I'll glue that on here and here, and then I'll remove that one and glue them all together. So I'm just going to put glue on here. I love these colours, and I really love the way this is coming together, but that was just a little added bit that I didn't need. But anyhow, not the end of the world. It's not glue that together and just make sure those are in the right place, and then so actually it would be better here first. Either way, it doesn't really matter, so long as they both go together. So you're gluing that on there, hold that together, and then just fold that in, and it's all coming together nicely. There we are. So I have one more piece just to add. It's really just gluing this together here, and I think I'll just make sure I take this off first. That's the two pieces ready then, and all you've got to do is put them on so that the pointy pieces are down inside, and that's just every other one the whole way around there, and that holds the lid on nice and tightly. So that's the big one all finished. So that is the Babushka, and isn't she really lovely? And you can see there that just in case you wanted a more subtle look on the face, I have actually die cut those little cheeks again in the ivory, the same colour, and popped them back in there, but they're not glued. So there you are. You can have either look, just if you wanted something more subtle, and obviously you wouldn't put the pink ones in and put those on top. You would paper piece those just in directly in there. What do you think? Do you like her? I think she's really gorgeous. I love those colours, and just the fact that this, well, that's actually a lovely little container even all on its own, and then you've got the added piece here. So I am actually going to go ahead now and make the smaller ones, and I'm really excited to see what they look like when they all fit together. I think that'll be really, really beautiful. I've got all of these pieces cut out, and obviously I still need to decorate them so that they have all of the pieces to match on here, but I just thought, seeing I had changed the eyes here a little bit, I might do that on these ones as well. And they are actually really lovely just the way they are, but I just wanted to show you that you can change them if you feel like it. So this little one here, you can see, and there's the little eyes on here, and I reckoned that I would like to do this, so I'm going to cut off just this tiny piece here. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. So that's just there and there. And then I can round that off when I go on the inside here and just snip around there. And there we are. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. And there you are. You can see I have glued it onto the little panel behind, and instead of having the little eyes just the way they were coming from the top, I have drawn them in with some black here and just drawn the little eyes, and these then are the eyelids at the top, and it just looks that little bit different. But obviously you can keep it this way, you can do it this way, or you can do it whatever way you like. In fact, you could have the eyes closed or whatever. So on this one here, I thought I might change that as well. So this one has got the eyelids on here, and I thought when I had them here that I might just change that as well. Not that they needed changed, but I thought I would like to try it and see what it was like. So I have cut off the eye. Sounds awful, doesn't it? But I've actually just trimmed off the eyelids, this part here. So I cut along here and here, here and here, and then I drew in just like that. You might not like that, you might prefer that, but either way you can do whatever you like with them. I've just got a little bit of pink on here, but I'm going to redo that one. But that's the eyes done there. So I've been busy and I've got all of the panels covered with the plain areas there. I've got the two little faces ready, and I've actually got all of these, and this time I've remembered not to put the extra card on these sides and even on these little panels as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and get some of the decorative panels cut to put on top of that so that they match in with this. That's my next batch of die cutting done then, and you can see that I've layered the ivory over the top of the ocean blue. So now I'm just going to pick out a little area on each of them and add some gold detail in so that we've got all this matching here. The good thing about making the two smaller ones is actually that you can run all of the pieces through for both of them at the same time. You can pick out lots of the pieces that will all fit onto the plate, and you can sort of make two at the one time. So I've actually gone ahead and made that really cute little dinky one up, and look, isn't that so cute? Well, I love it. Anyway, so I'm actually just made it in exactly the same way as the bigger one, and obviously now then I need to make the medium-sized one. So I'm just going to do exactly the same thing as I did, fold all of these pieces together, put the face onto the front, and then add all these, and this time I'll do it the proper way and add them onto the base here. But I can't wait to get the three of them together and just fit them all inside each other. So here goes. I'm going to add them all together. There they are, all finished. Isn't that just so cute? And they all fit inside each other as well. And you can see there, I'll just show you how you close them up. So these areas here that have the plain pieces on, so it's every other one the whole way around, that gets tucked on the inside. So you just press that in and do exactly the same on the back one there, and that will give you a really snug fit. And then of course we can open this one up, pop this little one inside here. Oh, I just love this, it's really nice. I hope you've enjoyed watching as much as I've enjoyed making it. There certainly was a lot of die cutting, so don't be just thinking you're going to do that in an afternoon, because you don't want to rush that. Just take your time, and remember there's all sorts of ways to do different parts of it. You could do this with coloured pencils, you could keep the face as is on the thing there, you could paper piece more of this if you wanted. I just didn't have time to paper piece any more of it at this stage, but I think the gold stands out well enough that that's enough anyhow. So don't forget, if you have enjoyed it, to hit the notification bell and subscribe to my channel first of all if you haven't already done that, and hit the notification bell, because there's lots of things coming up, and I'm very, very busy at the minute, so that means there's lots of things for you to see very soon. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and if you have time, I'd really love you to leave me a little comment. Also, my affiliate links to everything I've used will be down below in the description, and I really appreciate everybody who uses those. So until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.